Good afternoon, everyone. So my research is based on examining professional women in Fiji as victims and survivors of domestic violence. As you can see on my slide, there are 3 stories that are being outlined to you there. So the first slide talks about the alarming figure of domestic violence in Fiji. Domestic violence in Fiji is widespread at 52%, which means 2/3 of women have experienced violence. And in the recent survey that was conducted in one of the major hospitals in Fiji just recently showed that 71% of 348 women that were interviewed or surveyed, it was found that 71% of them experienced violence during the antenatal clinic that they were coming into. So you can see on the first slide that there is a story that has developed on domestic violence. It's not a nice story. It's alarming. While that story is happening in the background, our Minister for Women has outlined that we want to protect, we want to push up the labor force participation of women. And this is where my research is situated on. In 2009, Fiji passed its first ever Domestic Violence Act. And the assumption of that act is that it will meet the needs of all women in Fiji. But that assumption is proving wrong based on the literature showing that not all women are reporting violence. And also maybe there are reports coming in because of the new law, but there is mixed response on how the law is responding to violence. So that is the target of the nation right now. We want to push women's participation to 60% by 2030. And yet we have no research of how these professional women are accessing justice should they encounter domestic violence. The home is where majority of the violence are happening. 47% of women it has shown in the national survey that 40% of women have not reported violence out of fear, stigma, and just family expectations. So my research is based on 2 overarching questions, and that is to identify the needs of professional women in Fiji and whether those needs are being met by the law. So when I'm talking about professional women, I'm referring to women who are above the age of 18, graduates of university institutions across disciplines of academia, law, all the disciplines. Right? And 52% of women who have experienced violence, I'm sure there are professional women situated along the statistics. And that's where my research is based on, is to look at how these professional women are accessing services, or if they choose not to, why? You want to understand why. And if their needs are being met as well.